Investago TV's weekly review, your essential source for global economic updates, keeping you informed on the latest market trends and financial insights every single week. Buckle up. A new Financial Times and Michigan's Ross School of Business poll highlights a rare bipartisan agreement. 70% of Americans across political divides view housing affordability as a critical issue. The Biden administration's claim of falling inflation contrasts sharply with the realities many face, as over half of homeowners and renters struggle to meet monthly payments, some even sacrificing meals or extra hours to manage housing costs. The crisis isn't confined to low-income groups. Individuals earning $100,000 annually are increasingly burdened by housing expenses, spotlighting the market's reach into the middle class. The situation is exacerbated by a significant lack of affordable housing, contributing to a market under strain from both policy shortcomings and economic forces. This ongoing problem is intensified by corporate dominance in real estate and immigration pressures, further complicating access to affordable housing for average Americans. Recent reports and economic indicators continue to paint a grim picture of persistent inflation, despite mainstream narratives displaying its severity. Just this past week, key publications like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal acknowledged stronger than anticipated inflation rates, countering earlier optimist projections by financial experts and policymakers. This reality check aligns with Consumer Price Index (CPI) data that refuses to support the Federal Reserve's hinted rate cuts aimed to mitigating recession risks. Moreover, the long-standing inflationary trend has led to substantial declines in purchasing power, with official data suggesting a 20 to 30% loss over the last 3 years, potentially underestimating real figures when considering unaccounted factors like housing and health insurance costs. Recent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East have escalated concerns about global central bankers regarding potential impacts of inflation. Following Israel's attack on Iran, crude oil prices surged over 4% to above $90 a barrel, albeit briefly before settling lower. This volatility highlights the fragility of the global economic landscape amidst efforts to stabilize inflation, which has been a persistent issue since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Central bankers meeting in Washington are particularly vigilant about the oil market's influence on inflationary pressures. Even with some optimism about managing inflation, unexpected geopolitical events could necessitate a reassessment of monetary policies, especially if oil prices spike significantly, affecting not just fuel, but broader economic sectors through increased cost and wage demands. François Villeroy-de-Galhau, the French central bank chief, expressed confidence that Middle East tensions will not disrupt the European Central Bank's plans to reduce interest rates starting in June. In an interview with Les Echos, Villeroy reiterated the ECB's intention to initiate rate cuts soon, followed by further reductions in a pragmatic pace, aiming to achieve 2% inflation target by 2025. Despite potential risks from energy market volatility and geopolitical tensions, the ECB remains optimistic as the current conflict has not significantly impacted oil prices or broader inflationary pressures, supporting the decision to proceed with easing monetary policy. That's a wrap for today, and I'll see you again next time. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels to stay updated. Wishing you continued success on your journey.